are tuning in. I'm live after this live. I mahalo you for being here. I did go live earlier. I'm not sure if I'm going to post that one though. Honestly, I'm just kind of fudding around with features. The live, I don't know, I'm just trying to get used to the live vibes and just not being so secluded and like shy and reserved and whatnot. So that's what I'm doing. So right now it's actually almost quarter to midnight, and we are in the new moon in Leo energy currently. So I sort of wanted to tap in to the energies of tonight. I'm not taking any cards right now. I'm actually just clearing some of the decks that I have on my table that I haven't shuffled up and cleared out. But I wanted to tap in because I know it's late. My youngest is asleep, thankfully, because the other night he was just fighting his sleep hardcore, and he didn't get to sleep until after midnight. So everybody's sleeping in the house. I have a moment to myself, and I just figured I'm gonna kind of unwind, let my hair down, if you will, metaphorically speaking, and come to the table of truth to sort of clear out some of my decks and just see whatever is meant to be seen, spoken, and shared with you guys. So mahalo if you do end up joining me. I know it's super late. I really don't expect anyone to pop up or to hop on because here in Hawaii it is quarter to midnight, but wherever most of you guys would be is on the continent, and that's like 3 to 5 hours ahead. And so I know it's like in the middle of the night where most of you guys are. So I don't really expect anyone on here, but if you do happen to catch the replay or the playback of this live, then hopefully whatever messages are spoken and shared with you guys resonate. So if it resonates, let it be. If it doesn't, let it go. But then right now I'm just currently focusing on clearing out some of these decks because they need a good shuffling. And that's why I'm not really reading anything at the moment. But it was quite a busy day for me today. My kids are going to be starting school on Monday and Tuesday of next week. And so this is kind of the home stretch, getting everything ready for the new school year. I'm definitely not prepared. I don't know about you guys, but I'm definitely not ready. Oh, I feel like one card was out of place. Yes. Yeah, I'm definitely not ready. There has to be school supplies picked up for two out of the 3 that are in school. One of my kids, their school is, oh my gosh, I'm so grateful, but their school is going to be providing them with school supplies. All the students need to bring on the first day is backpack and water bottle, and then all the required general school supplies are going to be supplied. But for my other 2, it's not quite that fortunate. So we're going to have to do some school supply shopping. It's just been really, it's just been a lot financially. Yeah, 4 of Pentacles. That's exactly what it is. It's just been a lot financially. Just kind of feeling a little bit overwhelmed by the magnitude of and the cost of everything for these kids. Oh wow, I have a couple cards that are not in the deck. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle these in. But anyway, if you're here, again, I mahalo you for joining me. And I'm just really kind of taking some time talking to myself, essentially, since nobody's on here. But I want to get a little bit of new moon energy. What are the vibes for tonight for collective? Okay, I know I spent a lot of time shuffling that deck. Whoa. Wow. Okay. Whoa. Spirit's compelling me to read this. So we have the Star card, hopeful energy, faith, really reconnecting with divine and really reconnecting with our faith in divine, our trust in divine, and moving forward past situations that might have held us back. But in the moment, we're kind of being impulsive and just taking the bull by the horns and allowing ourselves to move forward confidently. Or if not confidently, just allowing ourselves to move forward. Yeah, this is a time to celebrate, to get together with friends or close family, and really just have a good time and not worry, not stress, not be overwhelmed. So currently with this energy, Star card, the Fool, and the Three of Cups, we're kind of moving into or shifting into a chapter of our lives where we're releasing a lot of the weight and the burdens. And we're not rushing into things too quickly, is what I'm seeing with this Eight of Wands card in reverse. Things are going to be coming in a little bit slowly, more slow paced, if you will. Let's see what the Mermaid deck has. Wow, we have the Emperor and the Empress cards together. So really coming in balance with our divine feminine and divine masculine, really really healing ourselves from within, so that whatever it is that we project without or outside of ourselves is of healing energy, of loving energy, joyful energy, nurturing energy, dignified, and being able to really to rule our households, our job sites, or whatever the case may be, to really take authority, to set boundaries in a productive but in a fair manner as well, is what I'm hearing. So let's see. Let's get another good shuffle in here. Alright, so what's with this energy? The Star, the Fool, Three Cups, Eight of Wands in reverse. More truth to be seen, spoken, and shared, divine with collective. What other information of self and collective needs to be spoken about? Okay. So we have Five of Pentacles, but we have it in reverse. So possibly really getting out of this mindset of feeling overwhelmed by our financial situation, perhaps, or financial insecurities, or just feeling overwhelmed by situations that we're going through. We're really learning how to walk through this. Again, having hope, having faith, trusting universe, trusting divine, trusting our divine leadership to lead us into the future, to lead us into those forward steps of movement, of progression, in a sense, and being able to celebrate that newfound footing, or newfound energy, or newfound goal, inspiration, whatever the case may be for you, or whatever word is befitting for you. Really celebrating that with close friends and family and people that you care about. And really just taking your time to kind of assess what comes in, because it's not gonna be fast, it's not gonna be quick. Things are gonna just be at a very steady pace. I'm hearing steady, but it's also just like at a very methodical is the word that's coming to mind. So Yeah, and then just learning to step outside of the feeling of being overwhelmed by the financial burdens that possibly weighed us down previous. But remembering that there's always more to be offered. Divine is always offering us more to be had, more to be seen, more abundance to be acquired and to be shared. So really stepping out of that mindset. And that might mean, with the Six of Cups reverse, not being so overly generous with our money, with our funds. Maybe that's what put you in this headspace, in this mind space or mind state to begin with. You know, feeling overwhelmed by your situation, perhaps. You know, what's put you in that predicament that you're learning to walk away from is maybe overspending, being overly generous, giving a little bit too much. So learning how to kind of scale back. And again, these lessons are going to be kind of a slow process, but a very necessary process. So if you guys are resonating with this, then let it be. And if not, then let it go. But hopefully you are. This message isn't going to be for everyone, but for those who can resonate with it, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and go ahead and subscribe. Let's see, what else needs to be seen, spoken, and shared with collective in this new moon energy in Leo? Okay, we have Five of Wands. So I'm definitely, let's see, let's get a little clarity on this Five of Wands energy, because it's definitely feeling like other people's opinions I'm hearing, like other people's energy or interactions or what's the word? I want to say not intake. Let's see. Let's get a little clarity with the Five of Wands here. Wow. Five of Wands, and then we have Three of Wands coming in over the Eight of Wands. Wow, a lot of wand energy. So this could be in pertaining to some of our fire signs here. So with the Five of Wands and then the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands kind of came sideways, so I'm going to put it upright. But Five of Wands, I'm seeing like there's definitely some scrutiny. There's definitely questions. There's definitely some pressure on you towards your lifestyle, perhaps, and towards your goals. Because this Three of Wands is, to me, speaking like your potential, your goals, your inspirations, like you seeing yourself somewhere beyond where you're at right now. So there's hope. There's potential growth. But I'm feeling like you're definitely being questioned. There's a lot of pressure on how that's going to happen. And again, the Three of Wands fell on the Eight of Wands reverse, which is that slow moving energy. So maybe your goals, maybe your inspirations, maybe what it is that you want to accomplish in life or what it is you want to achieve isn't coming in the quickest. And maybe that's what's causing some of this scrutiny, perhaps. I don't know. If it resonates, let it be. If it doesn't, let it go. But let me get some real ass guidance, because I feel like sometimes by adding this into the mix, I'm going to go ahead and clear the energy. So I'm not really going to take any cards. But sometimes by putting these cards in the mix, all right, I feel like Spirit's really talking to me. That was a pretty direct fall onto the deck or onto the cards that have already been pulled. So I'm going to go ahead and read this one. But we have the crutch card, and it came out on the their side. So usually with crutches, if you think of like an actual pair of crutches, it's what you use when you're injured, when you sprained an ankle, broken a leg, or whatever, and you need assistance. And usually it's something that's temporarily used when your body's healing. But metaphorically, if you're using something as a crutch, it's usually indicative of an addictive personality, or symbolizing you reaching for a distraction, an excuse, a crutch, or a temporary fix for the issues that you're still in denial about, or just not ready to face. So usually, like, you use the crutch until your body's healed and you can walk on your own. If you're using alcohol, you're using drugs, you're using pills, you're using food, you're using exercise, whatever your crutch may be, whatever that thing is that you're reaching for, that habit that you're reaching for to temporarily cover up the pain, the suffering, the confusion, you know, this overwhelming emotion or feeling that you're having right now, whatever it is that you're reaching for. On the their side, this is symbolizing that their issues or excuses may be straining or draining on you, and it's time to release them. So this could be their crutches, someone else's crutches, someone else's scrutiny, or you know, maybe their depiction of you, their idea of you is weighing on you. It's draining you, it's overwhelming you, and it's not the healthiest for self. So it's definitely a time to release that energy. So let me see if there's any other truth to be seen with this crutch energy. This is a very interesting spread so far. I wasn't anticipating that, but it is what it is, so we're just gonna go with it. All right, so what did we get? So these two cards that came out, we have the visionary card. So again, with the crutches, their crutches, meaning someone else's habits, or, you know, personality, or distractions, or excuses, or whatever it is, it's weighing on you. And that's where I'm feeling like the Five of Wands energy is tied into the crutch energy. But again, you are the visionary. So this is about your third eye vision being exceptionally clear, and you're able to see beyond or through the cloud, and from a heightened or mature point of view. You know, because you see the positive, the pleasant, the peaceful aspects of a person or a perspective. But be aware that it doesn't open up space for others to exploit or take advantage. So you see them, and you see the reasons why they're kind of coming at you with this. I can't, for some reason I'm blanking on like Five of Wands, which is super weird, but it's just like I said, it's very under scrutiny and under sabotage type energy that's coming at you, and it's something that you have to release and let go, because it's their weight, their crutch, their habit, their excuses. And you've been gifted with the vision, the third eye, clarity. And you just don't, you want to just be aware that you're not exploited or taken advantage of by that other person, whoever that is. So if that resonates with you, then it's going to make sense. And then we have dreams. So you might have been having some very vivid, very crazy dreams happening. I hear my baby getting up, so I'm going to try to be quiet. Hopefully he doesn't get up and interrupt the live. But so dreams might be coming about in your nighttime, in your night spaces, basically. That might be, let's see, we have the ain't shit card that came after dreams. So I'm feeling like usually when this card comes up, it's showing you that someone is kind of projecting their energy onto you through your dreams. So sometimes, like when a person can't reach you physically, they'll be thinking of you. They'll be, you know, their energy is very focused on you, and that can translate into you having dreams about that person or them having dreams about you. But it'll definitely play into that kind of supernatural or that like otherworldly or spiritual aspect of your dreams. It's like they want you to see them, and they've been thinking of you, so they kind of appear or visit you in your dreams because they don't see you in the flesh enough. Um, but that's mostly because you make them feel like they ain't shit just by being you, because you inspire others through your introspection, through your intuition. So this is really interesting energy and like where this is flowing. But I'm feeling like someone, whoever this Five of Wands energy is about, um, they're really hyper focused on you. It's very, very interesting. Let's see if there's any more truth to be seen, spoken, and shared from these real ass guidance cards. Any other truth to fall upon our ears? Mahalo. Mahalo. Any other clarity and truth to be seen, spoken, and shared? Wow, I'm already... Whoa. Okay. I mean, guys, damn. Let me see if I can even get this in order, kind of. Storms, yeah. So right now, you're kind of going through a situation or an experience or internal happenings where you're feeling like a cleanse is needed. Now, usually when storms happen, it's raining hard, it's lightning, it's thunder. I mean, it could be frightening. It can be scary for you. This can be very overwhelming type of energy. But storms usually indicate a process of cleanse. So this card I channel to symbolize renewal, healing, being able to weather the storm, to go through the emotional flow, to be able to rebalance yourself, especially from the energy that others are projecting onto you, you know, with their crutches, their excuses, their habits, you know, their addictions or whatever it might be. So the storms that have been coming up or arising lately, it's not necessarily a bad thing. It's more so like lessons learned, being able to connect with your emotional aspects and cleanse, heal, renew, detox those spaces within you. What else did we get? We got, yeah, because their energy is vulture culture. Usually with the vulture, they kind of fly around and hover over things that are about to die, things that have low energy, you know. They wait to gloat and indulge in your low vibrations. So don't let them, you know, don't let them see you in this moment of fear, anxiousness, depression, just being overwhelmed by your situation. Again, this was in reverse. So to me, I'm going to take that as we're walking away. We're expanding ourselves to accept more light energy or to accept more healing energy. We're not going to hold on to the depression or the overwhelming nature of people's scrutiny with this Five of Wands, of the stormy weather, right? Yeah, but vulture culture is basically like they're flying around to feed off of your energy. So that again is kind of reiterating the people around you who are projecting their issues or excuses onto you, and that's straining and draining. It's straining and draining to you, and now it's time to release that. So 11:11, we have basically divine telling you to remember who you are, because divine doesn't play. This is about entering the gates, the portal spaces of truth, of acknowledging what it is or who it is that you are. You know, this is celebration because, again, if you weren't here earlier, we have the star card. So this is hope. This is faith. This is reconnecting with divine. and moving forward towards new beginnings, new chapters, new goals, just newness, renewal, resurrection in a sense to me. And then celebrating that with your closest friends and your closest family. So let's see. So yeah, with 1111, you might be seeing this through the synchronicity, through the symbolism. And this is divine telling you it don't motherfucking play. Divine got your back. Divine wants you to remember who the fuck you are. Again, reiterated with the spirit card that we got. The spirit, divine spirit, or angelic spirits, or ancestral spirits around you, beyond you. They're watching you. Through, and I have it channeled right here. I usually don't show you guys the other side, but what I did with these cards, channeled the word that came through, came to mind. And then on the back side, I basically channeled whatever downloads was coming. So right here on the card, symbolism and synchronicity is what's channeled with spirit. They watch you and they're letting you know that by sending you symbolisms and synchronicities. So see how everything kind of matches up? And it's also kind of like an acknowledgement to multidimensional portal energy. Again, portal energy entering through the gates. So what I channeled is you're being watched or observed from multiple dimensions. It's like they're taking notes. And they've been observing you for quite a while now. Like there's a file growing. You got a big old stack. When you go to a doctor's office or when you go to your doctor and you've seen that person for years and they got a big ass stack of information on you and your health and your wealth and your wellness. That's what Spirit's doing. It's letting you know that they're there. They're keeping a close eye on you. Now, with the Lilith sign popping up, I'm seeing it's time to really look deep within. That Lilith sign is about your sensual, your inner divine feminine, your realistic side. Not that sugar-coated shit, It's really about who it is you are at the core, at the deepest aspects of self. So looking into your natal chart, seeing who you are, really kind of connecting with the inner spaces of your divine feminine. Whether you're man or woman, it doesn't matter. Like Lilith's sign is basically that sensual inner authority, that inner sensual mana or power or expression. And sometimes that could be dark, it could be chaotic, so you really want to tune into that side of yourself and figure out what your sign is, what your Lilith sign is. So this is just a key to look into that sign in your natal chart, because it's only going to shift into gear when you acknowledge this sign, this Lilith sign, and you sow the seeds of peace and not allow the darkness to be destructive, if that makes sense for anyone. It's really kind of, it's almost, I'm hearing hangman energy. It's like acknowledging who the fuck you are and the issues that you have and the deeper rooted natures of self. Because there's something in that aspect of you that needs to be looked at and analyzed. And these are the last two cards. So we have, this one came first. Spaghetti. Now I know this seems like a weird card. Every time I pull it out, I'm kind of like, what the fuck? What was I thinking? I don't know. What I did was I asked my kids what their favorite food was. So I channeled from my children, and one of my kids said spaghetti. And so to me, what I channeled on the back was this meant the sauce. You got the sauce. She or he or you got the sauce. This means that you have that homegrown and healthy energy of loving yourself and your family. And sometimes that shit people want to copy. They want to get the recipe. They want to see what ingredients you be putting in to yourself and into your soul. and into the things that you create and into the energy that you give. But divine is saying there's only one. Like, you're it. You got that secret sauce that they want, but only you got the key ingredients of the recipe, if that makes sense. So with all of that said, especially with vulture culture, people kind of hanging around to see you fall or to be, at your demise, flying around to feed off of your energy and to kind of to indulge in the fact that you might be in a low vibrational energy. What we're doing is we're cutting those people off. So the scissors card came out to say, don't hesitate, don't second guess, to cut off, to cut the cords, cut the ties, cut the relationships off with people who are just after gloating and indulging in your low vibrations or in your lower moments, who are constantly attacking or sabotaging you or putting pressure on you. We're not here for that, right? And we want to be assured that, because when you're cutting people off, it can be scary. It could be like, it takes some people a long time. Like, why do we stay in these relationships? Why do we hold on to these friends? Why do we continue to experience these situations? It's because we're afraid to move past that. We're afraid to cut those people off. But we have to be reassured that after the initial cut, after the initial release, there is relief. We will feel that weight lift off of our shoulders. And the last card that we got, crystal, making things crystal clear. Not only cutting the ties, but making things clear with yourself, with others. Really, look what we got in the beginning, celebrating. That 3 of Cups, celebrating with our closest friends, our closest families, really understanding the ties, keeping the faith, keeping the hope, being an inspiration or holding on to that inspiration to move forward. Even if it feels impulsive, we're moving past the stagnation, moving past the people that keep us tied down. And we're making our life, we're making our future goals and our future ambitions. See, 3 of Wands. This is like our potential, what we hope to gain. We're making this very crystal clear. So what I channeled on this is that you are a well-polished and tended to gemstone. You're precious. And you have to remember that. And you have to make yourself crystal clear with the people that you allow or invite in your life. But it could also mean quite literally surrounding yourself with gems, with crystals, with good energy. And I'm seeing that with not only the metaphysical or the very tangible aspects of stones or gems, but I'm seeing that with the people you surround yourself with. Making sure that their energy is transparent. You can see who they are. There's no question about what it is that they're bringing into your space and into your face, if you will. So, wow, that was kind of an interesting turn. I want to see, I want to see if there's any other truth to be seen, spoken and shared with you guys. I'm going to go ahead and kind of tune into my, what is this, creativity deck. So I'm going to go shuffle this up for a minute. And again, we're in the new moon in Leo. New moon in Leo. I have this book here. It's called Queen of the Night. I've never read it cover to cover, but I kind of just delve into it whenever I'm kind of compelled to or called to. And being that it's new moon in Leo, let me see. I want to see if there's something that stands out in terms of... No, I think it's this way. information about moon transit in Leo. Astrological moon. See if I can find it first. That would help. Symbol. Okay, that's so freaking weird. Moon in the 4th house. Okay. Wow, usually I come right to it, but for some reason I'm kind of drawing a blank and it's not popping up the way it normally does. Alright, if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. Maybe it'll come up. Okay, here we go. Aries, Gemini. Alright, so sorry about that if it took forever. So Moon in Leo. Moon in Leo is a fixed sign. I'm not going to read the whole thing because obviously there's a lot, but I'm just going to see what Spirit guides me to. There's a strong sense of individuality with this position and often a self-contained emotional nature, which nevertheless is attracted towards the emotional gratification of basking in the spotlight of attention, approval, and applause. Attention is an emotional fuel to you. So for those who have this, a moon sign in Leo, they might be affected more so with this transit, new moon in Leo. So there's certain aspects that might come into play over the next couple days. But it says there are probably deep compulsive needs for success and public attention, which may have their roots in childhood, particularly in relationship with your parents. You seek to assert a belief that your rightful place is at the center of the universe, like the sun surrounded by the planets. To some, you may appear to be too confident and assured or forceful. But this is an expression of an intrinsic inner strength, and you are often guided by this inner integrity, responsibility, and sense of purposeful direction. The fact that Leo is a fixed sign implies the ability to concentrate the will, and this should be expressed through you once your direction is determined. Your will can be one-pointed and only bends under considered need instead of being intrinsically flexible and compromising. Interesting. All right, so I'm not going to read too much into that, but that's just kind of a little aspect that might be coming into play for some of you Leo moon signs, because that might be something that's being drawn out under this new moon in Leo transit. So I'm feeling like Spirit just kind of called me to read that. For some of you, that might resonate. Again, if it resonates, then let it be. If it doesn't, then let it go. But sort of like be careful, be mindful of your need for approval and attention and popularity and publicity and stuff like that. It's just kind of just something to think about. So with these creativity guidance cards, it's kind of like how I was using the Kumu cards. The Kumu cards are Olelo Hawai'i vocabulary cards. So it's actually more of an educational resource for my daughter, but I'm using it as like trigger or keywords. And so I kind of also do that with the creativity deck because they're just like one word type of guidance cards. So I'm going to go ahead and shuffle one more time. And we're going to just get into or tune into the energy of the new moon in Leo and see what needs to be seen, spoken, and heard by collective. What keywords can open up the doors of truth, divine? Mahalo. Ooh, wow. So right off the bat, we have resistance, but it came in reverse. Okay, sorry guys. All right, so the resistance card came in reverse. Usually it says, understanding why you resist what you have to do is a crucial part of the creative process. But in reverse, I'm feeling like there, and maybe this does play into that moon in Leo, but I'm definitely feeling like there is resistance in your energy, in your flow, in your success, in your journey, in your life right now, in your lifestyle. It's kind of like there's something that's causing you hesitation, perhaps, that could be impeding your accomplishments. Remember past accomplishments. Remember past accomplishments as a way to overcome present self-doubt. Yeah, that present self-doubt is resistance. Hold on. I gotta move some of these cards around because it's in my way. All right. Let's see what other truth can be seen, spoken, and shared with you guys. So, letting go of this or releasing this resistance in order to be able to achieve accomplishment in your life is interesting energy. Let's see. What other truth needs to come out, Divine, about these accomplishments? Yeah, right now with the limits card in reverse, it's like you're really focused or impeding these accomplishments, resisting. Sorry, it's hard to see which way to go. You're really resisting success, achievement, accomplishment by limiting yourself, your thoughts. So I'm seeing like your headspace right now is limited. Your headspace is kind of incapable of having, what's the word? It's kind of like expanding, or wow, it's very interesting to have a loss of words, but it's like, when you have a small bowl and you're really, really hungry, but you only have a small bowl and you can only put so much food in it at a time, but you're like, man, I'm hungry, I want another bowl. Instead of just getting a bigger bowl to fill and be satisfied, to expand your capability of holding a certain amount of truth, of accomplishment, of achievement, of success, of love, of whatever the case may be, you're kind of limiting yourself with your own mindset, if that makes sense. Yeah, you're stuck. What are you stuck on? That resistance, the limitations that you're kind of self-imposing on you, it's keeping you stuck. And we don't want that. You may be stuck because you are overly attached to a method or a piece. A method, a way, a lifestyle, a thought, a pattern, a mindset. That could be something that you're stuck on. So, let me see. I'm sorry I didn't actually say hello to anyone here. But aloha, thank you for joining me. Go ahead and like this video if you are resonating. And subscribe if you're compelled to see more videos like this. But yeah, what's this stuck energy? What's going on? Stuck. Limiting yourself and stuck on, or stuck with an energy that is resisting the ability to visualize and explore your path, your journey, your I'm seeing like where you're meant to be. When you visualize something, this is you painting the picture. This is you drawing or creating the reality that you want. you exploring the possibilities, the chances, the opportunities. But I'm seeing with this stuck and the limitations, like walking away from these limitations prior to visualizing and exploring, I'm seeing like this is almost like Eight of Swords energy. This is really self-imposed restriction, if you will. Let's see. Let's get a little bit more clarity. Curiosity in reverse. So curiosity upright means being spontaneous, wondering, moving forward, looking ahead and stretching above your present circumstances. But in reverse, you're not doing that. And again, it fell right on. What two cards? Stuck and resistance in reverse. So let me look at these again. We really need to get out of our resisting energy in order to achieve the accomplishments, the dreams, the goals, the aspirations that we want. We need to walk away from a limiting mindset that keeps us stuck and incapable of visualizing and exploring our curiosities. It came in reverse and it landed on resistance and stuck. So that's how I'm kind of reading the cards at the moment. Let's see. I don't know. I feel like this is, it's almost like a general read, but it's very specific to someone because I'm feeling like, again, this Eight of Swords energy just keeps coming up. It's like we are our worst enemy, our worst critic. There's so much to be accomplished. There's so much to paint, to visualize, to create. There's so much life to be explored, to be had. You don't need to be like everyone else and judge and limit and oppress yourself. We need to be our biggest advocate, if anything. And this is just like mindset energy. This is just mental health energy. So I'm feeling like this may be like you stuck in a rut. You afraid to reach your potential, to, you know, they say the sky's the limit, but it's so much more. Like there is no limit. It's infinite energy that you are capable of holding. Remember, our capacity to, right there in the cards, our capacity to hold truth and love and light and purpose needs to expand, needs to evolve. And the way we can do that is by tuning in to our insight, journeying forth, connecting with, plugging into source to see beyond appearances or like what people might think of us or what we think of other people or of our situation or of our lifestyle or whatever. Like we need to see beyond that, see beyond the masks, the cliches, cultural stereotypes, and to gain the insight so that we can evolve. We can continue to evolve and evolve our originality and change things into will change our reality into something that is stuck, resistant, limited, and change it into something that is actualized, something that we have manifested, something that we have grown, something that we have evolved. So this is very, very interesting. Mahalo nui kia kua. Mahalo divine for giving us this truth, allowing us, wow, allowing us to reflect on this energy, allowing us to reflect on this truth so that we don't continue to remain stuck, so that we can start new. We can have a fresh new start with ourselves, with what we believe, what we act upon, what we evolve into. I'm feeling like this is just really mental health. So I'm going to focus on that within the new moon in Leo. We are actualizing things for the future in a way that helps create a reality and paint a picture for us to expand, for us to grow, for us to evolve. So I'm gonna go ahead and get a. Am I gonna pull? Yeah, I'm gonna pull a mermaid tarot. I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle this up. Right there, the conflict is with self, right? The conflict that we've been having is battling our inner thoughts, higher to lower self. And it's time to change that. It's time to turn the wheel. It's time to turn the direction. It's time to figure out a new plan of thought, a new mindset. Let's see. Let's get a better shuffle there. That was a little sloppy. Again, really wants to be seen with this Wheel of Fortune, really changing, shifting, going through that 1111 portal, going through these shifts, these paradigms, these portals, into new, conscious, awake, evolving mindsets, feeling fulfilled, feeling accomplished, feeling at the brink of success and abundance with that Nine of Pentacles. Mahalo. Alright. Any other truth to be seen, spoken, and shared? Yeah, walking away from this low vibrational, or just like sad, or this energy that lacks confidence is what I'm hearing with the moon. The moon card in reverse. And again, we're in the new moon energy as we speak. So not holding on to sadness, or holding on to doubt, or holding on to any kind of energy that keeps us emotional. But this is also seeing our emotions and seeing our emotions and growing from it. With this in reverse, I'm seeing like, yeah, we're going to go through these shifts. We're going to go through these cycles. That's all part of the moon phases. But what we're trying to do is really learn, evolve, expand from it. Again, reflect on our what did we get? Reflect on the energy that makes us feel stuck. That makes us feel like we're lacking wonderment, curiosity, expansion, forward movement, making us feel resistant. We want new starts. And with new starts, that means new phases, like new moon phases. I'm sorry, I can kind of go into the cards a little bit deeper than some people do, and I'm just kind of going with the flow. This is a chill session, a chill live. I know it's kind of going on longer than I expected, but I'm feeling like this needs to be heard. This message needs to be delivered, so I'm just going with the flow. But again, the moon in reverse, this is really accepting the phase, the new chapters, the new starts, and learning from the emotional aspect, healing from the emotional aspects that have kept us stuck, kept us resistant, kept us feeling unaccomplished, kept us feeling from moving on, moving forward. So let's see, any other truth to be seen, spoken, and shared. Wow, justice. So we have the moon card, and justice in reverse. So maybe there's a situation that you're going through that just feels very imbalanced and very unfair. But again, this is that new moon energy, new phase. We're not going to see the outcome of it until later. But in the moment, you're definitely feeling reflective. You're feeling like you have to take some time to reflect through introspection what's going on emotionally, because it's causing a bit of rockiness is what I'm hearing. I'm not sure. Let's see. Any clarity to these two cards, Divine? Ooh, Seven of Swords. So maybe there's somebody in your situation. So it's like truth is coming out. You know you're worthy of more. You know you're worthy of success, accomplishments, new starts. What did we get? Originality. You're worthy of being able to visualize, to dream, to create a reality or paint a reality that is worthy of living and exploring. But there's definite resistance to the evolution. There's definite limitations. And now is the time to really reflect on these emotions, reflect on the imbalances within your relationship or within yourself. Because again, we got that Two of Swords earlier when I split the deck. So that's kind of like really just showing you again that there's an imbalance. There's something that needs to be looked at. And that could be from an outside source or somebody close to you that could be sabotaging or very deceitful or very they could be lying a lot, or they could just be, you might just not feel like they're very trustworthy. This is a very untrustworthy energy, and unfortunately and unfairly it's projected onto you. Wow. You see the Lover's card? So this could be you to yourself, or this could be someone in your situation, or someone like your person that could be reflecting the Seven of Swords energy of deceit. So let's see what's going on here. Maybe that's what's been keeping you low, limited, stuck, resistant, you know, hesitant to move forward, hesitant to evolve. But now Divine is guiding you with that insight, allowing you to see a little bit more into the situation. Okay, so let's get a quick dive into the situation. Yeah, it might be time to let go of this person, or let go of like this emotion, or this overall circumstance that you've been going through. This is kind of like releasing, saying goodbye to this energy with the Five of Cups, because it's just weighing you down emotionally. There's just too much conflict, too much pain, too much emotion. It might be time to kind of withdraw, stand back, take some time alone with this Hermit card. Because you're worthy. You're worthy of so much more. You're worthy of this new start. You're worthy of actualizing your dreams, being original. You're worthy of exploring, you know, who it is you are and who it is you can become. You're worthy of visualizing and manifesting your desires. You know, you're worthy of accomplishing so much more than what you have. You're worthy of evolving. You're worthy of connecting with Divine and being gifted with more insight. So we don't want to be stuck in this sad, emotional, topsy-turvy, heavy vibe. Let's see. What else needs to be seen? Four of Cups right on the Justice in reverse. So kind of what you're feeling is like really just low, down on yourself. You might be reaching for habits. You might be reaching for crutches. You might be reaching for the bottle. You might be reaching for pills or some sort of excuse or some sort of like habit that distracts you from... Look at these cards. Moon, Justice in reverse, Seven of Swords, Five of Cups, And then we have Four of Cups. It fell on the Justice in reverse. So it's like you're feeling really like destitute, just down on your luck, depressed, like alone. You're feeling like nobody cares, nobody's understanding of what you're going through. But you know, and this isn't going to apply for everyone, so if it resonates, let it be. If it doesn't, then let it go. I'm kind of feeling like this could apply to someone completely different than what it did, or what the cards or who the cards applied to in the beginning. But it all could be consistent with yet another group of people. But what I'm saying is, this particular energy that I'm picking up on right now, yeah, you're feeling very, well, we got that Hermit card, so there's definitely a moment or a need to kind of step back and to read this, to see this energy and not cover it up, not hide it. But every time I see this card, I'm thinking like habits, addictions, reaching for a crutch to cover up the truth of your situation, and doing so in a manner that doesn't allow you to see that more is offered, more is yet to come in the way of favoritism from divine. Like, you're being offered or will be offered more. You cannot drown your sorrows. But it's definitely time to say goodbye to some of the people and the energy that's coming through that has kept you very, very low emotionally. Very, very conflicted. Yeah. Okay. Strength. With the Seven of Swords, it's time to really rise against the people who have done you dirty, done you wrong, been backstabbers, deceived you, lied to you, destroyed you in a sense. It's time to rise up against that with strength. That fell right on that Seven of Swords. Alright, any other truth, divine? Okay, right on the Strength card. Okay. Three of Wands, reverse. That's very interesting. I'm feeling like certain dreams, certain prospects, certain goals that you might have had in mind aren't really coming into fruition at the moment. But I'm not seeing that as necessarily a bad thing. I'm seeing that as divine telling you it's time to just take time for yourself to reflect, to evolve, and to gain a little bit more insight into your situation and how to handle it and how to get past this dip, this low point, this low tide that you're going through. So it's not necessarily like, oh, nothing's ever gonna come about, my goals are never gonna be achieved or accomplished. It's just divine giving you a little bit more strength to take a pause, take a moment to gander or to look at your situation. And it might put other aspects, other goals on pause right now. Alright. Any other truth to be seen? Two of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, Five of Wands. Alright. So Two of Cups, I'm feeling like you're coming into balance with yourself again. I'm not really seeing this as an external person. Maybe forgiveness if you're applying this to another person. If this energy that I was speaking on, this low vibrational energy with the Moon card, and really stepping out or learning from these emotions and the injustices, the unfairnesses from Seven of Swords, the sabotage and the deceit and the lying and whatever, feeling like with the Five of Cards needing to let go, to release, to say goodbye to those emotions and those people that might be making you feel that way. If this energy is something that you're resonating with, I'm seeing that soon you will come into balance with yourself. You will find a way to kind of come in balance and harmony with yourself, or if this is pertaining strongly to a person that you can think of. This I'm seeing not so much as being with that person, or remaining friends with that person, or whatever the case may be. This isn't so much an attachment to them as it is forgiveness for them, if that makes sense. And then we have 7 of Pentacles reversed. So I'm feeling like sometimes our goals and our dreams and our aspirations, they're not always going to come into play, but that might be that might be a good thing, because with the 5 of Wands in reverse, I'm kind of seeing this as the people that have sabotaged, the people that have been putting pressure, the people that have been attacking you and just making you feel like shit, essentially. With it in reverse, it's like you're learning to let go. You're learning to not place them in such high regard or with such priority in your life. And so that's going to shift some of your long-term goals. Now, I know that's not a typical reading of the card, but this is what I'm getting intuitively. So I'm just going to roll with it. All right. Let me get some real ass guidance cards for this particular read, and then I'm going to go ahead and close it up. Oh, snap. No, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go with one Gaia card. Let's see. Because those are usually pretty insightful. So I might have to read from the book itself, but we're gonna get closure, a little bit more insight, but closure as well to this reading. Ooh. Let's see what needs to be said, what needs to be spoken, because this is a very interesting energy that's been coming out with this new moon in Leo. But this is, again, just like really releasing, finding relief in letting go of the sadness, of the depression, of the resistance, of the limitations. Again, the mental health, like beating yourself up, 8 of Swords type of energy, you know. We're going to find balance, restoration within ourselves, again, within our emotional states. Alright, one more shuffle, and then I'm going to pick a card. Alright, Divine, let's close this up with a more insightful message to collective, to conclude this message, to gain more insight and more truth, what needs to be seen, spoken, and shared. Desire, blockage, right there. Any other truth? Okay. I said one card, and this is how Divine always speaks. Whoa. Always speaks to me. It's like, girl, you're not about to just fucking leave with one card. You're about to get this shit popping here. Alright, so what did we get? We got desire. I'm going to leave this here. Okay, I'm going to just leave it like that. So, quickly, desire is number 20. Alright, so with desire, the blockage is showing because of the reversal. And this is asking us to look at our desires honestly and see if they are selfish desires that only serve to bring dishonor and hurt to ourselves or others. For instance, if we desire what others possess or lust after something or someone at the expense of another, or want to possess more than that for which we have a genuine need, and allow these desires to dominate our life in a destructive manner. Hopefully that made sense. Okay, so for instance, if we desire what others possess or lust after something or someone at the expense of another, or want to possess more than that for which we have a genuine need, and allow these desires to dominate our life in a destructive manner. Huh. If we recognize these desires, it's time to ask ourselves if we are slaves to our desire. Will our servitude be our undoing? So, essentially, our selfish desires often mask a lack or deficit within, even more so if we give in to them. When the desire card appears reversed, we have the opportunity to ask ourselves if we have given into our selfish desires, and if so, consider the consequences of our actions. So if you recognize yourself in this reflection, it might be time to let your conscience be your guide instead of the lack within. So with everything going on, it's just very important to be in tune with your wants, your needs, your affirmations. You see, like you're sitting there, you're contemplating, you're thinking, being aware of your thought process and what it is that you're projecting into the universe, because that is what you as well will receive. Then we got the second position here. We have 3 cards. Union. Are you in union with yourself? Are you in balance with yourself is what I'm seeing in this card, in this particular card. And then we have blockage with these 2 cards. We have the counselor. So are you in tune with your intuition or with divine guiding you, instilling that insight? Are you, again, finding balance within, reaching for or receiving higher guidance with the counselor card? Because when we seek more knowledge or like even therapy, we're asking from a source that's higher than us. That's our higher selves, that's our divine guides, that's divine source. But being in reverse, it's like we're not connected right now. We're not plugged in. And this 4 of Earth in reverse, it's like let me see. I'm going to read into that one, but I'm feeling it like we're trying to hold up everything. We're trying to hold this weight on our shoulders that we're incapable of carrying. It's like holding the cornerstone. But let me delve into this real quick. So 4 of Earth is usually about stability, reliability, steady progress. But in reversal, we're talking about tedium and monotony often instill a desire to rush. Do not allow the desire to be free to move on to new ventures, to result in careless errors, or prevent you from completing a task or resolving an issue that you have before you. So this card cautions you against embracing a belief that greener pastures are waiting if you choose to walk away. In this circumstance, they are not. So do not rush through this element where you might not be affirming or asking universe in a precise manner that can deliver you what you need, what you want, but what you need to get past all of that pain, all of that hurt, all of those lower vibrational energies that we just discussed. It's time to come in balance, come in union with yourself, higher to lower. It's time to consult with divine guides, and not rush that, not feel like you have it all on your shoulders, but if you're not able to carry the weight, you just kind of rush through the process, is what I'm hearing. So yeah, there's a balance between our emotions and our intellect, like what our logical brain and that emotional brain. Right now with choice, we have the choice card in reverse. This is kind of speaking on coming to a crossroads, not feeling like we know where we're going and what we're meant to do and where we're meant to be. So divine really wants us to remind ourselves of balancing the logical aspect, the things that make sense, with our emotional aspects and the things that heal those inside emotional aspects of self. Let me just really quick, 11. Let me see if there's a gem of truth that needs to be spoken about emotion and intellect. Oh, sorry. Okay, emotional. This is water. Love, fear, expression, suppression, head, heart, ease or dis-ease. So yeah, this is about balancing and realignment, and addressing any emotional disharmony that may be influencing your choices and environment. It also represents the need for us to see the whole and how an imbalance can affect it. Yeah. And how it can affect our choices or our inability to see where we're meant to go. And then we got the 6 of water. So this is love and patience and kindness. This is really stepping into a side of ourselves emotionally that allows ourselves forgiveness and compassion to others because of the situations that we've been going through. Again, this is that balance that we got with the 2 of Cups card, a balance within, which does play on this emotional and intellectual balance and harmony, which is allowing us to be kind, to express kindness, to express compassion, to express love in a very childlike and very gentle way. But right now, with the Father card, 5, the Father in reverse, what I'm seeing with this is a need. I'm not going to say so much negative, but this is definitely a need to be in tune with our divine masculine, our ability to kind of rule ourselves, to take control of ourselves, our masculine energy, because there's been a lot happening. There's been a lot of emotional energy that's been happening, a lot of imbalance, injustice, unfairness, a lot of pressure, a lot of sabotage and scrutiny against us, and needing to let go of these connections, letting go of these type of people, this energy, this deceit. And in doing so, we've been kind of broken, but this is definitely about healing our divine masculine, our ability to kind of reassess our situations, take control, take a leadership position within ourselves, and what we require from others, what we require or how we require others to treat us is what I'm seeing. So hopefully that made sense. I'm going to go ahead and just get one card from the Nature's Whispers deck to get a gentle message, since this was kind of a heavy, overall, it was a heavy reading, or a heavy dive into truth. So let me get a little bit of a gentle breeze of truth from the divine. What needs to be seen, spoken, and shared with collective at the moment. Gentle truth. And very, very simple at that. This is pause. This is a time to really recollect, reconnect with self and with divine in a way that allows for more healing to occur. More growth and evolution to occur. But that's not going to happen if you don't take a minute to pause. Because remember, we got the Counselor in reverse card, which was essentially, is it this one? and the emotional intellect. This was essentially like taking a moment to really balance and come into harmony with your emotional side and your intellectual side. Seeking counsel from higher or from divine energy. You know, we don't want to lose that. So, yeah, and we want to make sure that what it is that we desire, what it is that we affirm, what it is that we want from universe is spoken clearly. At the moment, that might not be something that you're articulating with spirit. So spirit is just telling you a gentle breeze of truth, or a gentle message of truth is to pause. And we got this already with the did we get this? I think we got this earlier with the creativity depth, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's time to pause. Just take a moment, take a breather. It's okay to give yourself a little bit of time, because that allows you to set up a little bit more boundary healing of your divine masculine, as well as it allows you to make better choices or clearer choices. Because with this in reverse, this is blockage. This is not knowing what path to choose, what direction to go, what choices to make. The only way you can really determine this is if you give yourself a little bit of space, a little bit of time to heal, to regather, recollect yourself. So, all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and close this video up. I know it was super long, but hopefully you guys are still with me. Or, you know, I know right now everyone signed off in the past couple minutes. So if you are catching this live video at a later time, mahalo for just being open to the message, and hopefully it resonates with you. It facilitates more healing, more growth, more evolution. And yeah, I trust that you will have a blessed, abundant day full of wellness, health, healing, compassion, strength, courage, more love, and more life. And I will see you in my next video. Love, light, and always aloha. Signing off.